History of Serangoon, let's go! So as you know, Serangoon Gardens today, like the inner areas of it, is served by 317. And then the road layout, as in the route that the buses go through, it looks something along the lines of this. And then over here, there is that bus stop at the roundabout. So this is Serangoon Gardens Way, and this is Lorong Chuan. And this is also Serangoon Gardens Way, but it's a minor road. Nowadays, no buses go by Serangoon Gardens Way minor road. Garden Way, not Gardens Way. So before Serangoon Interchange, the old one existed. 317 was known as 217. I'm not even making this up, they legitimately just renumbered it like that. So 217, obviously, it was just one big circle, just like the present day route. It was a part of like 317, if you would put it. It was like that. So 217, it was formed as a result of hub and spoke, just like in Toa Payoh. So before 217, there were actually a few buses going inside Serangoon Garden Estate. There was this, as well as this. And then the other thing about the buses that went inside in the past was that there were some that took the lower half of it. And then there were also other buses that took the upper half of it. Like this. So what I mean by that is like during the either inbound or outbound trip, or maybe you can even say it forward trip out of Serangoon or return trip into Serangoon Garden, either the forward or return trip, like either one of them, it would serve like one of the halves. So 100, 101, the old 101, and 102, they would take the lower half. And there was also 100A, I believe, 101A, and 102A. All the A's, they would take the upper half. But then, for some reason, I don't know why this is the case, 103A actually served the lower half, and 103 actually served the upper half. I don't know why this is the case, but it's just like that. And then 104, there was no A for this service, it just served the lower half. Like, I'm not even kidding. This was really how the routes looked like in the past. And for these A's, if these bus services existed today, they wouldn't be A's, they would be M's, like modified service, that's what it means. Because during 1971 to 1974, a lot of routes, they had like A variants before they like sort of merged the two routes into one. They settled for like one of the routes at least. But basically during this period of time, a lot of routes had these variants. And even Service 20 in the past had this kind of like variant. So then you might be wondering like what exactly happened to these services. So what happened was that because of the hub spoke, they decided to scrap this like totally. And I believe that Serangoon Garden Way was left with like no buses, as in along the minor sector. So instead of this, we get 217. So again, 217, which was the old 317, it was literally just like this, a loop service that terminated at Serangoon Garden Way. And I believe this was like a bus terminal in the past, like before the old Serangoon even came into the picture. So yes, there was 217 and there was like all these bus services, yes, including 103 before it went to Jalan Kayu. And I believe there was like a 102, yeah, 102 as well. There was 104, there was no 105, there was 106 and 107. And 109 also did not exist back then, just like 105. 105 was like introduced in 1988 or something along those lines. And by that time, Serangoon Interchange, the old one, had already opened by then. So all these old routes, they would either exit via here or here. And I think 100 exited via here, 103 exited via here, and then stuff like 101, 104, 106, and 107, they exited via Lorong Chuan instead. So this is not drawn to scale or anything, I just drew this based on memory. 100 was like here, Yio Chu Kang Road, and then... oh wait, I made a mistake. Okay, I fixed it. So service 100 was from Serangoon Garden Way, and then Yio Chu Kang Road, and Upper Serangoon Road. So keep in mind that back then, the flyover did not exist, and buses could just go from Yio Chu Kang Road to Upper Serangoon Road in like both directions. It's like, it isn't like a left in left out junction, it was like an actual T junction back then. So this was 100, and then 101 was Lorong Chuan all the way down Brado Road, and then Upper Serangoon Road. 103 was exactly the same as 100, like this. And then later on, 103 got extended to Jalan Kayu Terminal. 104 is the exact same as 101, just that it goes to like Brado Road in the direction of Toa Payoh Lorong 6. And 106 and 107, they followed 101. So it was something like this. Okay, like 102 was also like this, together with like this main group. So the hub and spoke system back then, how it worked was that you would take buses from like the red lines, and then if you wanted to go inside Serangoon Garden Estate, you would take 217, which is the current 317. So basically, you're like hub spoking from the red to the blue. I know the blue is not very clear, but you get what I mean. And then there were like massive changes. So 104, it was withdrawn because it merged with 134 to form the present day service 54, so that route was withdrawn. 102 was also withdrawn, same for 101. So this entire line was gone. And 106 and 107, what happened to them is that they just went here to the old Serangoon bus interchange, which is at the car park. And then likewise 100 also followed them. So basically 100 didn't go here anymore, and because of the conversion of Yio Chu Kang Road to like left in left out over the years, 103 also stopped going there. So okay, it's a bit hard to erase. I'm like clearing the road for no reason, but okay. So basically, over the course of time, 103 eventually got amended to Boundary Road, which is still the present day routing, and up Yio Chu Kang Road to reach Jalan Kayu Terminal. So yeah, this was 103, and 100, 106, 107, they became like, simplified and streamlined into Serangoon Interchange, the old one. And then 317 also got extended into Serangoon Bus Interchange as well. So it followed 103. And then it turned inside like this. And then over the years, 315 also emerged. So 315 was just like this, Boundary Road, Lorong Chuan, and then it went inside Serangoon Garden Way and it goes on to Serangoon North. So that is 315. And then 105 was born. So 105, it went here, Lorong Chuan, Serangoon Avenue 3, and back then it went up here, Boundary Road, and into Serangoon Interchange. So that was 105. And then Northeast Line came, I think decades later, in 2003. 106 was gone, and 107, it no longer went inside Serangoon Interchange. So 107 just went all the way up to Hougang Central. 107. And then Serangoon Interchange shifted. So what happened was that 317 no longer went Serangoon Central. It goes here instead. And then 315 did the same too. And I forgot to say this, but 103 was cut short as well to Serangoon. So 103 in the past, it went like this, in the same fashion as 317 into Serangoon, the old Serangoon interchange, but right now 103 just goes inside the new interchange, and so did 100 as well. And then for 105, well, I'm just gonna erase this. It got amended as well. And then another new route was born, 109, which covered Boundary Road, which is the deleted sector of 105, towards Changi Village. So there's 109. And then there was also one more, 328. 328 used to be Hougang South to Hougang Street 51 loop, but 328 became 101 and got extended to Serangoon like this. So okay, I should do it again. 328 cancel, 101. And there you have it. This is basically what became of Serangoon. And then I'm also going to be talking about a little bit of the 11X series of bus routes as well. So once upon a time, there was a 118, which existed for only a few years before it became service 111 from Hougang Central to Gim Mo. So basically that's for 111. And then it got truncated to Suntec Loop. There was also a 110 which became, it got integrated into the present day service 70. And then there was also a service 112 which was really different from the current 112. You can just read these pages by yourself. Where was it? This one. 1971 to 1985. And it got discontinued. Okay, basically 110 was like that. It was basically almost the same as Service 70 except that it went like Coleman Street, then Victoria Street, Kallang, and then it went like Mountbatten Road, which is the present day Sims Way, and then Guillemard all the way up. So now we move on to the routes that you all know today. So 110, obviously, it started from Compassvale, now it's from Buangkok to Changi Airport. And then 112 was formed as a result of merger between feeder services, same as 113. So 112 it serves Hougang Avenue 7, and then Tampines Road, goes to Kovan. Did I draw this accurately? Okay, like this. And it goes Avenue 2, hub spoke to Avenue 8, Avenue 4, and then Avenue 9, Hougang Street 92. So that's 112. And then for 113, I made a mistake last time. It's Hougang Avenue 8, then Avenue 6, and not 10, and then 10. Okay, this is 10, but it is 6, then 10, and then it goes to Kovan, then goes down and loops at Hougang Street 11 and Upper Paya Lebar Road. So that is 113. Basically, it's just a merger of feeder bus services. And then there's that 114 Buangkok so-called feeder service, but it's not a feeder service because of like zone boundaries, I guess. And then there is 115, which is a daytime service up till late evening. It just basically, it's meant to cater towards Hougang Avenue 3 and that small part of, oh no, it's just Hougang Avenue 3, my bad. And then Upper Serangoon Road, it's just like this, which is kind of different from the proposed extension of service 146, which is like this. It's like kind of different actually. And then 146 just goes down and enters and exits via a different road. It was like avenue or street 12, 13, I forgot. There was also a previous version of 116. It was kind of a trial which failed. You can research a bit more about that service. And then there is 117, which in the entire history never got used until recently. Not really recently, but like when the service was introduced in the mid 2010s from Sembawang to Punggol, and then it's gonna get extended to Punggol Coast. Then the current version of 118, it's the Temasek Poly and IT College East school bus service. And then you have 119, which is a remnant of Trans Island Bus Service 865 and SBS 85, the old one. I'm pretty much just regurgitating at this point, but there was also the current service 116, which is actually quite smart because next is over here, and then since next is like quite jam prone, especially on the side with you know, the taxi stand, 116, it calls the opposite of it, just like 53M. And then 116 is basically meant to be like a sort of like, it's a trunk service, but it's a faster alternative of service 315. So the one genius thing about 116 is that it actually allows you to hub spoke from Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3, this bus stop pair, into Serangoon North Avenue. I think it was like 3 and 4, but the bus stops are all located at North Avenue 4 and then Avenue 5. It cuts right through, and then it goes Avenue 4, then into Hougang Central. So it's meant to be like a straightforward route, bridging the areas that were not previously bridged before like 329 existed and stuff. So that is like the current 116. And I can even say that like it's unrelated to the video, but even 73 was also quite genius in the sense that it allowed you to hub spoke at here from like service 854. And even 325 is quite genius as well. I've talked about it before. It goes outside here, and at this bus stop, Hougang Avenue 2, you get like a same bus stop connection with all the services like 25, 55, and even 854 as well. You can hub spoke to 325, and then it brings you all the way inside, and then Avenue 10, and then like this, Hougang Street 51. I think I just exceeded the boundary, but whatever. Oh wait, I cannot see. Okay, so this is Buangkok Green. Oh my god, this is this is Buangkok Green. And the other genius thing about 325, it also hub spokes with 854 at this bus stop and many other bus services as well. And then it just loops here. So yeah, kind of like this. So the thing is, you see, these same bus stop connections are very valuable, like for 116, for 73, for 325 at Yio Chu Kang Road, and as well as this bus stop for 325. And okay, I'm just gonna show you 328 in the past. It was like it originated from Hougang South Interchange, which is Kovan, that one big bus stop that 115 currently terminates at. So 328 was like from here, it went, I think, inside here like this, and then it looped like this. Wait, did I draw that correctly? No, I'm supposed to. Okay, again, Hougang Central, Hougang Avenue 4, Hougang Avenue 8, and then it just loops like this. So this would explain why 101 keeps like every single sector within 328's previous looping point. That's why it's like in different directions and not like 325 in that sense. And then over the years, y'all already know new feeders like 324 emerged, as well as 329, like this up to Buangkok. 329. So yeah, this is basically how the bus network like changed over time. In the past, Serangoon Interchange was actually under Ang Mo Kio Depot, and Hougang, be it central or south, which is Kovan, it was actually under Hougang Depot. So because Serangoon for a period of time was under Ang Mo Kio Depot, it means that you could get like Mercedes-Benz 0405s, you know, Walter Alexander PS or DM, be it NAC or OAC, original aircon. And basically the NACs became CACs, you know, the ones with the cream colored interior. And then Hougang Depot, it had like B10M. It basically had Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV, and back then they've had just a few VSOs. I think only a small number of it, and they also had Tridents. Then it's Trident 3. I mean, Ang Mo Kio Depot also has VSO as well, and also Leyland Olympian. There were like 2 axles, and then there were like 3 axles as well. And yes, everybody pretty much has forgotten about this bus, but there was also this guy. So yeah, that is the history of Serangoon and a little bit of Hougang as well. I didn't live there, but this is basically what I know. So yeah.